Well, hello and welcome back to another video, and welcome to my Sebastian Vettel tribute. Today we're going to be doing a last to first challenge at Brazil, because of course back in 2012 at that final race Vettel stormed through the field to get the points he needed to stop Fernando Alonso becoming a three-time world champion. Instead it was Vettel who became the three-time world champion there. And of course at the end of the video as well, there's also a little treat because we are also taking a trip down memory lane. But first, from last on the grid in the Aston Martin F122, we'll see how far we can get up the grid. It's time for the race.
It's time for today's race at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache circuit here in Sao Paulo. And as any of the 80,000 capacity crowd will tell you, this is going to be a fantastic race.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
I think we all know what Sebastian Vettel can do. Race strategies are one stop from medium to hard. As well as is standard, we're going to lower the fuel limit slightly as well. Don't need quite that much fuel as well. We're not going to go aggressive. It's far too slower on the two stop compared to the one stop. But everybody else should be on a one stop strategy. As vibrant lights in for the Brazilian Grand Prix from last on the grid, and away we go. And as usual on F122 for me, it's a pretty mediocre start. Haven't made any positions. Can we go around the outside of Latifi, who the CNRS is? Yes, we can open the steering a little bit through that first part, and that gives us the inside line for the second part. And we're ahead of Latifi now, and up to P19. Next up is Stroll. We'll have to wait until the middle set to try and get past him. And it's a huge dive. Can we get Albon as well? Yes, we can. What a move. We came like, what, 4 or 5 positions. Albon comes back at us, but we're just going to go right around the outside. We'll give the inside line for the next corner. A little bit of the hand of frustration there for Vettel, and we move up another position. As behind, up in front of watching, I think that's Ocon. I'm going a bit slowly. We've got 3 wide moment between, almost 3 wide between the two McLarens and Pierre Gasly. We'll be teammates with Ocon next year. We're up to now to Mick Schumacher, who sadly departs next year. And the Haas team, although hopefully he'll be back later in his career. Bottas now up ahead, an easy overtake on Schumacher, but Bottas of course will be another kettle of fish, trying to get faster in the slightly faster Alfa Romeo. I'm going to go around the outside there. We've gone way too deep though into that corner. We'll stay in P13 for now. As well as watching Kevin Magnussen behind us, he's having a go at, I think that's Albon and Zhou in the and it's a double dive bomb for Magnussen, and Magnussen's going to make the move. Done. So a great little job there by Magnussen. He seems to love this circuit, as he did in real life by taking pole position. As Hamilton leads, but how much longer the two Ferraris up the backside, with Verstappen making an early stop for damage as well, so he'll be coming back through the field. That's why we're up. Down the inside of Bottas, caught napping, thank you very much, up to P12. Nice little move there. And now we can set our sights on the two McLarens, who seem to be stuck behind a slower Gasly, but Bottas isn't done there. Can't quite catch up to Ricciardo just yet. We retain the inside line at turn 4 and keep P12 for now. As well as Gasly and Norris are going side by side. Norris has the inside line, a little bit of contact between Gasly and Norris, but he's able to keep the position. He's up now to P9 as well. We're now looking down the inside of Ricciardo, another dive bomb there, but we get the position done. Up now to P11 as well, excuse me, as here's a replay. Ricciardo probably didn't expect it, but he should know, because of course he is one of the last late breakers. That's what he was known when they were teammates. As well, we'll try and look at Tsunoda, who's very slow in the AlphaTauri. Nothing doing there just yet, but can we get him through one of these corners? Not quite. Tempted to take the Brazil 2010 charm trial line here, but alas, that would get me a penalty, so I'll have to stick behind. Try and get, not got much ERS to play with, but we should have some DRS. but you can see again here an actual fact coming in the end of this lap as well. We did have DRS there on Tsunoda, but going to come in with Norris and Schumacher behind as well. Verstappen continues on, but whether or not he's got to make another stop is unknown. So soft mediums come off, softs hard glow on, 2.4 seconds, not bad, a little bit slow as we had to wait for Norris coming past, but we do eventually make it out the pits in one piece. As we look now at the two Ferraris have indeed got past Hamilton through the pit stops there, and Sainz is the one that is behind Leclerc in the of the two Ferraris as well. Hamilton now keeping his teammate and and Perez for company for P3, as Ricciardo now comes up. This is for P10 as well. Break down the inside though, and back retain P10 at turn 4. That's going to be pretty much the Titanic battle. Is me versus Ricciardo as well. We cover off the left. Ricciardo goes to the right. He's going to give a better exit through the centre S's, because I've compromised the line to defend through into turn 1 as well. We're going to go left here, force Ricciardo the long way around at turn 4. He opens the DRS, he pulls alongside but can't get enough past, and under braking we're able to keep this position and retain P10 for now. As we're watching Verstappen is rapid. He's already caught up to Tsunoda now. Tsunoda though is not backing down, and this is good news for us. We don't want Verstappen coming through, and it takes quite a few laps to lock up there from Verstappen, but is Tsunoda finally going to yield? No. Tsunoda comes back at Verstappen again through the centre S's, and this time even Schumacher, and this time Verstappen goes left down the inside where Tsunoda defended before, shoves Tsunoda out, and Verstappen is finally up the order. In actual fact, Schumacher's going to get past Tsunoda as well. We've got Ricciardo for company, but Verstappen is rapidly closing in as well with 9 laps to go as we try and hold on for a solitary point. Sadly, Norris and Gasly too far in front today. We've not got enough pace in the Aston Martin, which is a shame. I feel the Aston Martin should be a little bit higher up on the base game files compared with what it is, because especially with its end of season form, but then there's going to be no update on that for anybody as well. So watching Verstappen, he's going down the inside, right down the outside of Ricciardo in the middle sector. A lovely little move from the double world champion there, and Verstappen is up to P11, and there can only be one outcome here, and that is Verstappen going past us as well, because we tried to be fair, we do force him to the outside and cut him off, but he's just got so much pace, we've got no ERS to really defend with, and Verstappen is through as well. We go a little bit wide through the centre S's and doesn't compromise the line, but even then Verstappen's just so rapid, like he's got so much pace, it's a joke how OP Verstappen is with his pace. Jump to lap 31, Ricciardo back to our POV battle with him as well. Vettel, Ricciardo, Schumacher, 11th, 12th and 13th, all three not in F1 next season now, along with Latifi, as Ricciardo once again has a go at turn 4, but again we defend the inside line and retain P11 now, but of course points have gone sadly. Ricciardo can't get past us after a poor exit at turn 4. Jumps to lap 32, and again Ricciardo going to go around the outside, too deep into turn 1. This time he actually gives it a DRS as well to use, so we're going to use that effectively to defend. This time again Ricciardo's another go, doesn't give us DRS this time on lap 34, and we're still there. You see Verstappen's so rapid, he's almost caught up to Norris and Gasly as well. As Ricciardo once again tries the same old move, and once again we're able to defend with a bit of last gas braking on Ricciardo there, retain P11 as well. And here is Verstappen caught up to Norris all over the back of the McLaren driver. As well, will Verstappen be able to go around the outside though? No, he won't, because he failed to get past Sonoda there. We are trying to get past, defend Daniel Ricciardo as well, down the inside, again to defend the position. This time taking a tighter line for the CRSs, which doesn't compromise the position. Again, Verstappen having another go at Norris, but is unable to get the position. Even though he takes the inside line, Norris squeezes him just enough here to be able to get the traction down and retain the position as well. We can see there that that's how much pace Verstappen has. He's been rapid, no chance of keeping behind in the latter half. And in the end, we're going to come through and send Sebastian Vettel off in this game. In P11. Well, when I say we'll see him again on this channel, obviously, because he's still in driver career mode for Ferrari in my driver career mode. So yes, driver of the day as he should be. I mean, he has been one of the greats of one of the goats of modern Formula One there. As well, 12.9, maybe a better setup, probably could have done this better, but we did start from P20 and an Aston Martin a lot faster than Stroll, who got lapped as well. So yes, but now it's time to go back in time 10 years to 2012 to Abu Dhabi. And here we are on F1 2012. Sadly, it's not F1 2010. I couldn't get that to work because Games for Windows Live has now suffered a death. So that's unfortunate. So instead we're on F1 2012, and lights are out and away we go. And it's a brilliant start, using a bit of curves as well. Can we get Hamilton down the inside? Have a look down the inside of Rosberg. It gives us the room. Down the inside, Rosberg's going to compact around the outside, and Rosberg switched around the outside, switched to the inside of the car, but we're just off circuit at this point. With the floaty handling model, not used to having cars at this light feeling, having to get used to 2012 cars. I haven't done a lot on this game either, as well. Rosberg though, lap 2, we're all over the back of him, but unable to get there. The braking assists on these old F1 games is horrible, absolutely horrible. Tried to make a move here, but the game doesn't allow me. As well, we move later on to lap 2. Again, Rosberg slow, a bit of corner cut there due to the floaty feeling, but there we've hit Rosberg because he's going so slowly. He's drifting the car through. I don't think we were touching him there, but he's gone wide. We're up to P1, and that of course is a fitting end to Vettel. Yes, sadly I wish it would be longer as well, but nevertheless I think that's a fitting tribute. We did the last to first and failed, and then we went on F1 2012 and won in his Red Bull as well. For me, Vettel is one of the early, he just dominated the early 2010s. Set a record of 9 Grand Prix wins in a row. Verstappen has yet to beat that one. So yes, let me know your tributes in the comments below for Sebastian Vettel. If you are new around here, then please do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 gaming content. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.